Did you miss me yet? Anyways, what's going on? I'm Zedmont. We're going to do a second sneak peek for this Mega Crab. Now, I haven't done a sneak peek in a long time. I was talking about a troop combo that I really am interested to try out, and that is this one. The TGB, but with some R involved. Tugabur, Tank, Grenadier, Bullit, Rainmaker. Now I've gone out and boosted my tribes. I've got the Grenadier speed boosted to the maximum. I've got the gunboat energy boosted to the maximum. I've got my 3-5-2 statue loadout boosted to the maximum. Obviously I've already got the trophy, but that's just because we're on the dev build. For those of you asking if I've hacked the game, no, I have not hacked the game. This is the dev build. This is for sneak peeks. It's incredibly boring otherwise. There is no level 80. You can't have an account with 0 VP like this one. Dev build, dev build, dev build. Please don't ask. I can't help you. Stage 50. Let's have a quick look. I've skipped all the way here and we'll see just how it goes. So we've got in the neighborhood of 5 million health on the shield. Another, what's that, 800,000 on the core. These shields are slightly covered by the CMOs, so you could potentially come from the left and get the shield, but we're going to come from the right because I absolutely hate CMOs. Don't know if it's going to be a one-hitter, if this is going to be a multi-hitter. I don't know. I have not. Typically, it takes me about 20 stages to get into my crab groove. We're going to skip all that. Skip straight to stage 50 and just see how it goes. Don't know if this is the right troop combo. Maybe I need one more Grenadier. Maybe I don't need any Grenadiers, but we're going to give it a shot. Very interested to see how the boosted speed Grenadiers work with all of this stuff. We're going to drop Bullit out front as soon as those pop, and then we're going to drop all of our good stuff into here. Unfortunately, our shock launcher did not get hit by our, whatever that's called, cryo bomb. Again, not quite into the crab groove yet. We're going to shock our CMOs because I really hate CMOs, and it would suck to lose a tank this early on. And we're just going to clear. I guess I've got one more cryo bomb back there that I could actually use a little bit to my advantage. As you notice here, we do not have any medics. We're just going full bore with tanks and Grenadiers and Rainmakers. The Rainmakers seem to be doing pretty okay. I'm a little bit nervous about that shock blaster, but otherwise, this is going down much like we hoped it would. The Rainmakers are definitely helping get a little bit extra GBE. We're going to use our first energy drink. Probably used it a touch early, but I hate that shock blaster, and so I'm really trying to get that down in our first round of shocks. Let's back off just for a moment. We're going to throw one of those smokes to get away. One more energy drink. And so far, so good. Probably would have been nice to bring some medics on this because our tanks are starting to take some damage and they are not regenerating tanks. Obviously, we don't have the life leech this time. But so far, so good. We're going to clear the mines on the left-hand side just to keep moving towards the core. I had planned to move to the left. I probably should move to the left actually as soon as that shield's down, just to keep things progressing. Would really like to throw out some critters right now, but we don't have any GBE. Thankfully, we've got our Grenadiers working their magic on those cannons there. Medkit to keep our Grenadiers alive. Now our Grenadiers are staying behind Bullit, which is working very well. A little bit of concern there. I was definitely a little bit fearful that the Grenadiers would get ahead of Bullit and then Bullit would be neutralized. Really need an energy drink here. Nope, energy drink is dead, so we're going to have to rely on some critters. This looks like it's going to be a two-hitter. Now in order to get the diamond statue trophy, all you need to do is two-hit after stage 20 or so. Solo stages 1 through 20, and you should be able to two-hit your way to a diamond statue. Now, obviously, my hits are not going to be perfect under any circumstances or under any definitions of the words. So, for a first-time hit on stage 50 using Rainmakers in conjunction with tanks and Grenadiers, I think it went pretty well. Probably should have brought some medics though. If I would have had maybe one boat of medics, it might have been better. We'll give that a shot on our next attack, and we're going to flare this shock launcher because otherwise we're just going to get stuck here anyways. So hopefully we can get rid of that shock launcher. And stage 50, 2-hit. Probably could be a solo if you're a better crab player than me, which doesn't really take a lot of work. I would put myself at, say, like top 20% of crab players maybe. Can usually hit the leaderboards if I push hard, but there's far better crab players than me. It's not even a contest. Now, one thing to be aware of, obviously Rainmakers change to target the most damaged defenses as soon as that flare runs out. So we did flare that shock launcher. As soon as that flare expired, they lost their attention span and went and attacked something else. So that's something to keep in mind as well. If you're going to use a flare with the Rainmakers, just be aware they are going to change targets, and that could be slightly frustrating to you, just like having GBE for artillery and not getting it out in time. We're going to chain our troops up just a little bit. I'm going to diamond these guys, and then we're going to switch up to have one boat of medics. Not sure if we probably should have 2 boats of medics, but I figure 1 boat of medics is better than no boats of medics. Let's go. Would really like a cryo bomb. Obviously, we don't have one. Let's get rid of this shock launcher. We've got tons and tons of GBE. This GBE tribe boost is going to be very helpful. I feel like they put a little bit of thought into that, which is nice. And then we're going to shock over in here, and hopefully Bullit will stand in front and our tanks and things are going to clear all the way to core. If this is not a 2-hitter, I will be very upset. This should be an easy 2-hitter for us. We'll have to wait and find out, obviously. Now, maybe you want to bring some critter cannons. My thinking is both Grenadiers and Rainmakers are going to be absolutely crushing your critters, though. So I don't think there's any point to them. Maybe you disagree. I'm very interested to see what kind of troop combos come out for the later stages. Obviously, for the early stages, it doesn't really matter. But as we get past stage 20, get past stage 30, there are some potential interesting troop combos that we can get with our Rainmakers and with our Lazortrons and stuff like that. Now, remember how I said I was going to be upset if this was not a 2-hitter? We're getting into maybe not 2-hitter territory because that SEMO is just completely picking off our troops, and that shock blaster is also not helping. So poor GBE use planning on my part. Gonna get over into here, see if maybe we can get away from that SEMO with our Rainmakers. Perhaps our Rainmakers can finish the base for us. I kind of don't think that's gonna happen, but maybe there's a chance. Not great planning. We're down to our 2 Rainmakers, and now Rainmakers, as all of you probably know, they do not have a lot of health. So without medics, they're not going to last a terribly long time, so I'm really trying to get that barrage a little bit lucky there, but I'm still going to get wrecked by that 1 rocket launcher up the top, and it turned into a 3-hitter. So, not great attack by me, not great planning. It takes a little bit of warming up to get used to where to use your GBE. Definitely should have either cleared the SEMO or cleared the shock blaster. I cleared neither. Turned into a 3-hitter. Not an ideal situation. Those are exactly the mistakes you want to try to avoid on Mega Crab if you're trying to get the diamond statue. Hopefully this troop combo, this sneak peek in some way helps you get your diamond statue, either through learning from my mistakes or seeing what might work, all of that sort of good stuff. Obviously, our Grenadiers are very fast, not used to that at all. So our Grenadiers got to the core before I was ready for them because they're faster than Bullit, and we lost a huge chunk of them at the very beginning. So again, more mistakes by me. Do not recommend so many ridiculous, silly mistakes. Hopefully this was helpful. Stage 50 in 3, not good at all. You should be able to take it in 2 if you're a little bit careful and use your GBE much smarter than I did. That's it, that's all. Stage 50, using Rainmakers with TGB, with TG I don't know why the B goes away when you say TGM. Nonetheless, I'm Zedmont on the dev build, giving you a quick sneak peek into stage 50 and how it can be potentially approached and how to mix prototype troops in with your traditional troop combos. And again, obviously, we can't save that troop loadout because problems. So, best of luck to you. Let me know which troops you plan to use, if you liked stage 50, and if you think you're going to get to stage 50. That's it. That's all. I'm Zedmont. Thanks for coming in. Peace.